What if everything you believed about the silo was a lie? Not just the rebellion, not just the outside world, but even your own memories. In Silo Season 3, Episode 6, titled The Drive, the story reaches a critical turning point. Juliet has begun recovering the memories that someone desperately wanted erased. Bernard, the man everyone believed was dead, is suddenly back. Billings and Hank uncover a mystery that could expose an even bigger conspiracy. And in the before times, Daniel and Helen move one step closer to discovering the secret that changed human history forever. But here's the terrifying part. The deeper everyone digs for answers, the more dangerous the truth becomes. Because inside the world of Silo, knowledge isn't power. Knowledge is a death sentence. Before we jump into Episode 6, we need to remember how we got here. Season 3 picks up after one of the biggest moments in the series. Juliet Nichols survived something no one was ever supposed to survive. She walked outside, she cleaned, and instead of dying like everyone before her, she came back. But the Juliet who returned wasn't the same person. Large parts of her memory had vanished. At first, it seemed like trauma. Maybe everything she experienced outside had simply overwhelmed her mind. But as the season unfolded, another possibility emerged. Someone hadn't just damaged her memories. Someone had carefully removed them. That changes everything. Because if memories can be erased, they can also be controlled. And if memories can be controlled, then the people of Silo 18 have never truly been free. One of the reasons Silo has become one of the most fascinating science fiction series in recent years is because every answer uncovers an even bigger mystery. For years, the residents believed the silo existed for one simple purpose: to protect humanity. They were taught that the outside world was poisoned, that leaving meant certain death, that every rule existed to keep everyone alive. But Season 3 continues asking one question over and over again. What if none of that is the whole truth? Every episode strips away another layer of the system. The order, judicial, the mysterious algorithm, the hidden vault, Silo 1. Each revelation makes it harder to believe anyone has ever been told the full story. And that's exactly where Episode 6 begins. The previous episode, Memory, completely changed the direction of the season. For weeks, Juliet struggled to understand strange flashes from her past. Faces she couldn't recognize, places she knew she'd visited, conversations that felt just out of reach. Then everything changed. The breakthrough came from something incredibly small. George Wilkins' old Pez dispenser. A simple toy, an object most people would overlook. But inside the silo, relics carry history. And sometimes, history is more powerful than weapons. Holding George's Pez dispenser triggered a flood of memories. Suddenly, Juliet remembered George. She remembered Solo. She remembered Silo 17. Most importantly, she remembered the safeguard. For a long time, the safeguard sounded almost mythical. A final weapon. A system designed to ensure absolute control. Now, Juliet finally understands how it works. The poison doesn't simply appear inside the silo, it travels through an external pipeline. That single discovery changes the entire game. Because the people of Silo 17 didn't just survive, they found a weakness. They managed to seal the pipeline. For the first time in history, someone proved the safeguard could be stopped. Imagine carrying that knowledge. Imagine realizing your entire civilization believes something is unstoppable when it isn't. That's the burden Juliet now carries. And if Silo 1 discovers she remembers the truth, she instantly becomes the most dangerous person alive. As shocking as Juliet's recovered memories were, they weren't the biggest surprise. That honor belongs to Bernard Holland. At the end of Season 2, Bernard appeared to die in the devastating fire. Most viewers believed his story was over, but Episode 5 revealed the impossible. Bernard survived. Walker, Carla, Sims, and several unexpected allies risked everything to rescue both Bernard and Juliet from the burning airlock. Even more surprising, Sims refused Camille's direct order to kill Bernard. Instead, he hid him deep inside the abandoned digger void. That decision could reshape the future of the silo, because Bernard possesses knowledge almost no one else has. He understands the hidden systems, he knows about Silo 1, he knows the Order, and he understands the terrifying authority controlling all 50 remaining silos. But here's the problem. Can anyone actually trust him? For years, Bernard defended the very system that oppressed everyone inside Silo 18. He enforced its rules, he protected its secrets, he helped maintain its lies. Now he claims he wants to help. But does he? Or is Bernard still playing a much larger game? That's the question hanging over episode 6. And as we'll soon discover, he's far from the only one hiding dangerous secrets. But before Billings and Hank uncover a mystery that could expose another hidden conspiracy inside Silo 18, there's an even bigger question we need to answer. Who erased Juliet's memories? And why was the truth so dangerous that someone was willing to rewrite her entire mind?
As episode 6 begins, the focus shifts away from Juliet for a moment and lands on two unlikely investigators, Billings and Hank. According to the official synopsis, the pair stumble upon a brand new mystery. While Apple hasn't revealed exactly what they discover, all signs point back to the missing supplies and the murder of Orla Kent. Billings already knows something doesn't add up. Massive amounts of essential resources have disappeared, yet no one has been able to explain where they went. If the silo has only a couple of years of critical supplies left, then this isn't simple theft. It could threaten the survival of everyone living underground. But what happens next changes everything. With Hank's knowledge of the mines and Billings' growing suspicion that someone has been operating in secret, the investigation begins leading them towards places no one was ever meant to explore. Every clue raises another question. Who has been stealing these supplies? Why has the truth been hidden for so long? And is someone preparing for something much bigger? Meanwhile, Juliet is still trying to process the memories that have finally returned. Now she remembers Silo 17. She remembers George. And most importantly, she remembers the safeguard. For the first time, Juliet realizes the system everyone feared isn't invincible. If Silo 17 found a way to block the poison pipeline, then Silo 18 might have a chance as well. But there's one major obstacle: Bernard. Although he claims he wants to help, Juliet knows better than anyone that Bernard spent years protecting the very system that kept the truth hidden. Can she really trust him? Or is he still keeping one final secret? At the same time, the story jumps back to the before times, where Daniel Keene and Helen Drew receive a mysterious proposition. Apple hasn't revealed who approaches them or what they're offered, but the timing couldn't be more important. Their investigation into the collapse of civilization has already uncovered dangerous secrets, and this new offer could pull them even deeper into the conspiracy that eventually led to the creation of the silos. For viewers, it's becoming clear that these two timelines are no longer separate stories. The answers Daniel and Helen uncover in the past are slowly explaining everything Juliet is fighting in the present. And that's what makes episode 6 so important. It's no longer just about surviving inside the silo. It's about uncovering who built this system, why memories are being manipulated, and whether humanity has been living under a lie for centuries. But just when it seems the truth is finally within reach, another shocking revelation threatens to change everything once again. By the second half of episode 6, the mystery becomes much bigger than anyone expected. Juliet now understands that her missing memories were never just a side effect of trauma. Someone deliberately erased the parts of her past that could expose the truth about the safeguard and the hidden network of silos. That realization changes everything. For years, the people of Silo 18 have been controlled through fear, but now it's becoming clear that information, and even memories, can be manipulated just as easily. Meanwhile, Bernard finally begins revealing what he knows about the larger world. He explains that Silo 18 isn't alone. It's only one of 50 surviving silos, all monitored by the mysterious Silo 1. If any community is considered a threat, Silo 1 has the power to eliminate it using the safeguard. Suddenly, the rebellion is no longer just about one silo. It's about the survival of every remaining human community. At the same time, Billings and Hank continue following the trail of missing supplies. Every clue points towards a conspiracy operating from within, suggesting that someone has been secretly preparing for an event far bigger than ordinary theft. Back in the before times, Daniel and Helen realize the conspiracy surrounding them reaches the highest levels of power. The proposition they receive forces them to make an impossible choice: walk away while they still can, or risk everything to uncover the truth.
As both timelines move forward, the connection between the past and present becomes impossible to ignore. The technology, the silos, the erased memories, they're all pieces of the same puzzle. And just when it seems Juliet finally has the answers she needs, a new question emerges. If someone could erase her memories once, what's stopping them from doing it again? That chilling possibility sets the stage for the final act, where every secret, every betrayal, and every decision will shape what comes next. As episode 6 comes to a close, one thing becomes crystal clear. The battle for Silo 18 is no longer just about survival, it's about the truth. Juliet now possesses knowledge that could change the fate of her entire silo. With her memories returning, she finally understands that the safeguard isn't unstoppable, and that the people controlling the silos have been manipulating information for generations. Meanwhile, Billings and Hank's investigation hints that the missing supplies and Orla Kent's murder are connected to a much larger conspiracy, one that could shake the very foundation of Silo 18. In the before times, Daniel and Helen move one step closer to uncovering the events that led to humanity's underground existence. Every discovery they make bring the two timelines closer together, revealing that the past still controls the present. Although the drive answers a few important questions, it leaves viewers with even bigger mysteries. Can Bernard truly be trusted? Who is really pulling the strings behind Silo 1? And how far will those in power go to keep the truth hidden? With only a few episodes remaining before the Season 3 finale, the stakes have never been higher. Every clue now points towards an inevitable showdown that could determine the future of every surviving silo.